If you're a taller or larger rider on a Yamaha TW200, what's in this bag will make this bike start to feel a whole lot more comfortable for you. Hey folks, this is B-Dub on a T-Dub. I really appreciate you tuning back into the channel. As I said in the introduction, if you're a taller or larger rider on a Yamaha TW200, there's some things you need to modify on the bike to make it feel a lot more comfortable for you. And this, if you saw my earlier video, this is Project Road Goat. So this is a 2005 bone stock TW200. I bought at auction with about 3,600 miles on it that I'm going to set up as kind of a 50% road, 50% off-road moto camping. So I'm going to leave my 2022 primarily set up for off-road, but this bike we're going to do some road miles with it and travel a bit further from home on the bike versus often hauling the 2022 if I go more than an hour or so. So in today's video, we are going to be adding the Bradley Performance pivot bar risers. So these are the forged option that Bradley offers. And what these will allow us to do is not only raise the handlebars about 2 inches, but also probably equally important is move the handlebars forward about 1.5 inches. So both of those changes are going to make a significant improvement in terms of the comfort for that. So let's dive in. We'll start wrenching. As far as things that might go sideways, there's always the potential of given brake lines or clutch cables or wires not being long enough, but having installed these on my 2022 without issue, and not having to change any of that, I'm hopeful I won't run into any issues on this 2005, but we'll see. The main benefit is because the bars are also coming forward as they're going up, you gain some forgiveness, if you will, on your lines and cables. So we're going to dive right in. The first step is removing these 4 12mm bolts. All right, not a whole lot of difficulty there. Obviously, those come off pretty straightforward. So now we can simply roll these forward. And then, so the Bradley logo will go toward the outside. So we can start to put the clamps back on. I guess getting the clamps started before I slide those in would probably be a smarter approach. So that's what I'll do on both sides here. So again, you want to install these with the Bradley logo facing out. A little bit too far with these, so we'll back them off a smidge here. So one of the things that you want to do is, so on these clamps, obviously you're tightening 2 sides of it. So when this pivot is forward, you're pretty much blocking that. You can get into it with an open end wrench, but when you tighten this one, you're going to get most of your clamping force. I am, however, going to go grab an open end wrench. And this one is even a little shadowed, if you will, by the pivot bar riser. So I'm going to go grab an open end wrench and I guess a combination wrench. And if I can use the box end, obviously I'll do that. But we'll get those tightened down. All right, I've got my 12mm combo wrench. I am going to just snug these for now. I do want to make sure that I take the top clamps of the pivot bar risers off, put the bars in there, and make sure everything is aligned before I really start cranking things down. But we will get the other one positioned in here. And then we'll take the tops off of the pivot bar risers so we can set the bars into the risers and start getting things kind of squared to the world. So You want to, there's one that's going to be difficult to get to. You probably want to get that one almost tight so you don't really even have to mess with it a whole lot, because the tension on the clamp will come pretty much strictly from the back two bolts. So I'm going to grab the hex key, Allen wrench, whatever you want to call it. Remove these. So I am going to be running the stock bars, which is a 7/8 bar. There is a shim in here. So there's a little screw, and if you are by chance running a fat bar or an 1 1/8 bar, you just simply remove that screw, remove that shim, and then the same pivot bar risers will work with an 1 1/8 bar. All right. So now, see if we can kind of mock our bars into some reasonable type of location here. And obviously, we're trying to kind of center the bars in the clamps. So we will put pull one bolt out to get the clamp in there because of the cross member on the bar. There again, we want to get them pretty snug, but not completely torqued down, if you will. So as you can see, the installation of the actual clamps themselves is very straightforward. So we will have to obviously sit on the bike and get a feel for where we want the bars, how we want the bars, and I can see right now those are obviously not where I want them, so I got to rotate them up a bit more. So we'll kind of give those a whirl. So one of the challenges with the stock bars is with this cross member, it shadows, you know, so it could be a situation where you have, you know, an ideal spot, but there again, you can usually get away if you leave one side loose, crank the side that's going to be blocked, you know, that your wrench isn't going to be able to access it. If you snug that down pretty good and then achieve the tension on the clamp with the Allen head, that you're able to access a bit better. So that is kind of the quick down and dirty bolt up. Now I'm going to sit on the bike and try to get a feel for where I want the bars to land, and then after that we'll start looking at cable tensions, wires, all that type of stuff, you know, steering stem lock to lock, and make sure we don't have any interferences. So we're going to sit on the bike and get it figured out from there. That feels pretty good right there. Definitely a very noticeable change. So I mentioned, if you saw one of my early modification videos, my 2022 bike, I had the 30mm risers on, and that worked okay. Obviously it raises the bars, but the pivot bar risers I find to be a much better solution. The issue with the cheap 30mm versions is they follow the same angle as your forks. So yep, you're raising your bars 30mm, but they're also coming back closer to you, which kind of defeats the purpose. So the pivot bar risers allows you to obviously pivot the new risers forward, and does a combination of raising the handlebars and moving them forward, both of which are very significant in improving the comfort level. So just, you know, I kind of like to close my eyes and put my hands on the bars and you know, just try to get a good feel for how they feel in hand. And right there actually feels pretty darn good. So I am going to take the Allen key, and looks like we can, where I end up having them, we have access to all 4 Allen heads in the pivot bar risers. So I'm going to give them One more check and just confirm that everything feels like I want it to, and that feels pretty good right there. So I will finish tightening things up and we'll be right back with you. This will give you a nice side view of the installed pivot bar riser. So again, you can see where the bars are obviously that much higher, but also forward. So you know, right now where I have these, you know, I just kind of keep things loose, close my eyes, sit on the bike and just feel where it feels right. And where this is positioned felt good to me, so I locked everything down. You know, in looking at this, they could go forward a bit more had I wanted to, but you know, really this is where they feel good for me, so that's where I'm going to keep them. A very, very important step with this process is to make sure that you don't have any issues with wires, hoses, throttle cables, clutch cables, all that kind of stuff. So you want to check everything. You know, obviously with the handlebars not turned, everything should certainly be slack, but you want to turn the handlebars every direction. And you know, looking, your throttle cable's got a good amount of slack on it. Wiring's got good slack. That should probably be on the inside there, so nothing tight there. Front brake line feels like it's got plenty of slack, so I think we're good on this side. We kind of crank it over here, check the clutch cable. Everything seems to be operating. None of the wires are appearing to be pinched or tight, so I think we're in good shape. I appreciate you tuning in. This is video 1 of Project Road Goat. I want to make sure that we keep these videos coming, so we'll see how quick I can keep doing modifications and turn this bike into the ultimate 50/50 T-dub. Real quick before I sign off, if you like this type of content, the vast majority of my viewers are not subscribed, would certainly welcome an opportunity to help me achieve my 1,000 subscriber target. So if you could click that subscribe button, certainly would appreciate it. This is B-Dub on a T-Dub. Like I always say, keep your 2 tires dirty.